Giovanni Trapattoni, sometimes popularly known as Trap, or Real Trap, is an Italian football manager and former footballer, considered the most successful club coach in the history of Serie A. As a player, he spent almost his entire career with AC Milan, where he won 2 Serie A titles and the European Cup in 1963 and 1969. He was also a member of Italy's squad at the 1962 FIFA World Cup. One of the most celebrated managers in football history, Trapattoni is one of only 4 coaches, alongside Ernst Happel, José Mourinho, and Tomislav Ivić, to have won league titles in 4 different countries. Alongside Udo Lattek, he is the only coach to have won all 3 major European club titles and the only one to make it with the same club. Also, he is the only one to have won all official continental club competitions and the world title, achieving this with Juventus during his first spell with the club. He is one of the rare few to have won the European Cup, the Cup Winners' Cup and Intercontinental Cup as both a player and manager. Trapattoni was most recently the manager of the Republic of Ireland national team. He led them through a successful UEFA Euro 2012 qualifying campaign after narrowly missing out on the 2010 FIFA World Cup. His team were controversially knocked out by France. Trapattoni coached his native Italian national team to the 2002 FIFA World Cup and UEFA Euro 2004. Playing career: born in Quisano Milanino near Milan, Trapattoni had a successful career as a player with Milan in the early 1970s. Playing primarily as a defender and defensive midfielder with the main task of passing the ball to more creative players such as Giovanni Lattek and Gianni Rivera, he also played for the Italian national team, mostly as centre-back with notable marking skills, appearing at the 1962 FIFA World Cup in Chile. After taking a break from the national team, Trapattoni thought he could settle with a mid-table team for one last season instead of being at one club all his life, subsequently moving to Varese and, after a successful season with them, retired from professional football and embarked on a highly successful managerial career 2 years later. Coaching career: Milan. Trapattoni began coaching at Milan as a youth team coach, before becoming caretaker coach. Trapattoni was caretaker coach from April 9, 1974 to June 30, 1974. He was appointed first-team coach in 1975. Juventus and return: Trapattoni was head coach for Juventus from July 1, 1976 to June 30, 1986. Trapattoni won all UEFA club competitions. Internazionale: Trapattoni coached Internazionale from July 1, 1986 to June 30, 1991. Bayern Munich and return: Trapattoni became coach of Bayern Munich in 1994. However, he left at the end of the season. Trapattoni returned to the club in July 1996. He is well remembered by German fans for an emotional outburst in broken German during a press conference on March 10, 1998 instead of when having finished how des runs. I have finished, where he criticized the attitude of Mehmet Scholl and Mario Balotelli. He left Bayern at the end of the 1997 Euro 98 season and was replaced by Ottmar Hitzfeld, who guided Bayern to the Champions League final the following season. Cagliari: Trapattoni coached Cagliari in the 1995 Euro 96 season. Fiorentina: Trapattoni coached Fiorentina from 1998 to 2000. With Trapattoni's expert guidance, Fiorentina challenged for the title in 1998 Euro 99 but finished the season in third, earning them qualification for the Champions League. The following year was disappointing in Serie A, but Trapattoni led them to some historical results in the Champions League, beating Arsenal 1-0 at the old Wembley Stadium and Manchester United 2-0 in Florence. Italy: in July 2000, Trapattoni took charge of the Italian national team after the resignation of Dino Zoff. He led the team to the 2002 FIFA World Cup. In that tournament, after winning its first match against Ecuador, Italy's form dropped and they controversially lost to Croatia. They drew with Mexico, with Alessandro Del Piero scoring a late equalizer. In the second round, Italy were eliminated by South Korea, in a controversial match. they conceded an equaliser 2 minutes from full-time and lost in extra time, with Jan scoring the golden goal after Francesco Totti was controversially sent off. Their exit sparked Trapattoni to accuse FIFA of fixing the tournament so the host nation would make the semi-finals. At the 2004 European Championship, Italy once again failed to impress. They drew with both Denmark and Sweden, leading to an unexpected early exit despite being undefeated in the group stage with 2 ties and a win. Denmark and Sweden drew in the group's final match, eliminating Italy, who finished in 3rd place in their group. Trapattoni later said, "Sweden against Denmark, I remember the game. Do you know what Johansson, the then UEFA president Lennart Johansson, said? If this game finishes in a draw, we will open an investigation. Do you know if he made the investigation? I'm still waiting for the investigation." These comments came 8 years later, in 2012. Marcelo Lippi replaced Trapattoni on July 15, 2004. Benfica. On July 5, 2004, Trapattoni was named as new coach of Portuguese league club Sport Lisboa e Benfica, which he led to win the 2005 league, the first in 11 years, and also to the Portuguese Cup final. He resigned after the 2005 season, saying he wanted to be closer to his family. VfB Stuttgart. Trapattoni returned to management in the German Bundesliga in June 2005, by signing at VfB Stuttgart. However, during his 20 games at the helm, Stuttgart produced poor results. Denmark internationals Jon Dahl Tomasson and Jesper Grahn Kjær openly criticized their coach, claiming he was afraid to attack. Trapattoni responded by dropping both players to the bench. With the atmosphere in the team worsening, he was sacked after just 7 months, on February 9, 2006, reportedly for not fulfilling the ambitions of the club. He was replaced as manager by Armin V. Red Bull Salzburg. In May 2006, Red Bull Salzburg announced it had signed Trapattoni as its new director of football, along with one of his former players, Ʒoťvanni, as coach. Trapattoni initially cast doubt on this report, claiming he had not signed any contract. But 3 days later, both he and Ʒoťvanni signed and made their hirings official. After their successful season of 2006 Euro 07, the club's board of directors unanimously decided to dismiss Ʒoťvanni, making Hawson Fink Trapattoni's new assistant. Republic of Ireland. On February 11, 2008, Trapattoni agreed in principle to take over the Republic of Ireland manager's job, but finished the season with Red Bull before taking up the Irish position on May 1. Former Ireland midfielder Liam Brady was expected to be part of the Italians' backroom staff, while Marco Tardelli was confirmed as Trapattoni's assistant manager. Trapattoni signed Brady back in 1980 for Juventus from Arsenal for just over £500,000. Red Bull Salzburg confirmed, on February 13, 2008, that at the end of the 2007 Euro 08 season, Trapattoni would be leaving the club to take over as the Republic of Ireland manager. Manuela Spinelli became Trapattoni's interpreter. Because of her ability to speak both Italian and English, she became a familiar sight alongside him during most interviews. She has also appeared on The Late Late Show without Trapattoni. Trapattoni's first game in charge, a friendly against Serbia on May 24, 2008, ended in a 1-1 draw. His second, another friendly, against Colombia 5 days later, meant his first victory with the national side, 1-0. This was followed by a 1-1 draw with Norway, his first competitive win against Georgia, and a draw with Montenegro in 2010 FIFA World Cup qualification. Trapattoni's first defeat came in a friendly against Poland on November 19, 2008, a 3-2 loss at Croke Park. He also managed to claim a 1-1 away draw against 2006 FIFA World Cup champions Italy, that he had managed himself from 2000 to 2004, thanks to a late equaliser from Robbie Keane. He finished the qualifying campaign unbeaten, becoming only the third Irish manager to do so, qualifying for a playoff place for the 2010 World Cup. In September 2009, he signed a new contract with Ireland that would have seen him continue as manager until UEFA Euro 2012. In the first leg of the World Cup playoff in Croke Park on November 14, 2009, France won 1-0 with a goal by Nicolas Anelka. In the second leg in Paris, on November 18, 2009, a goal from Robbie Keane levelled the aggregate scores at 1-1 in the first half. In extra time, however, a William Gallas equaliser put France through to 1-1 on aggregate. Replays of the French goal showed that Thierry Henry had twice used his hand to control the ball and was in an offside position before crossing for Gallas to head home. In May 2011, he managed Ireland as they won the Nations Cup, after a 1-0 win against Scotland. Later that year he managed the Irish national team to UEFA Euro 2012 qualification, following a 5-1 aggregate playoff win against Estonia. Trapattoni was rewarded with a new 2-year contract by the Football Association of Ireland. His success was praised by, among others, Diet Mohammed. Ireland exited UEFA Euro 2012 at the group stage, after losing to eventual finalists Spain and Italy. Early in 2014 FIFA World Cup qualification, Ireland suffered a 6-1 defeat to Germany at home with a severely depleted team available. On May 29, 2013, Trapattoni's Ireland side faced off against England for the first time in 18 years at the Wembley Stadium in a match which ended 1-1. Trapattoni parted ways with the Republic of Ireland national team on September 11, 2013 by mutual consent, after a defeat by Austria effectively ended their chances of qualification for the 2014 World Cup. Vatican City. Trapattoni has managed the Vatican City national football team, which is a member of neither FIFA nor UEFA. His first match as manager was played on October 23, 2010 when Vatican City faced a team composed of Italian financial police. Previously, at the age of 71, Trapattoni was quoted as saying, "When I retire, I would like to become coach of the Vatican." Personal life. Trapattoni comes from a working-class background and lost his father as a child. A devout Catholic, he regularly attends Regina Pacis Church in his hometown of Quasano Milanino whenever he is home and is a cooperator of Opus Dei. He and his wife Paola have a son and a daughter and are grandparents. Health. In August 2010, Trapattoni was admitted to a hospital in Dublin, one day before Ireland's friendly with Argentina. It was initially believed that the shellfish he had eaten before arriving in the country was to blame for him feeling unwell. He underwent surgery in the Mater Misericordiae University Hospital, Dublin on August 11. He missed the Argentina game due to his surgery. In January 2011, reports in the Italian media claimed that he was at home recovering from a mild stroke he suffered during surgery on December 28, 2010. The reports claimed that the stroke had caused partial paralysis on the right side of his body. In a statement released through the FAI, Trapattoni said that while he did have scheduled surgery in Italy over Christmas, he had not suffered a stroke. Style. Trapattoni is popular in Italy for his original press conference speeches and trademark quotes, one of the most famous being "Non diegato se non la nel sacco." During his managerial stints overseas, his sense of humor, coupled with his difficulties with the local language, won him a significant amount of popularity with both fans and the press. His most memorable press conference took place while he was in charge of German club FC Bayern Munich. In a speech full of mistakes and involuntary neologisms, most famously using "ich habe fatigue" and "schwach wie ein Flashleer," he soundly attacked many of his players, including Thomas Strunz, whose last name, in Trapattoni's native Lombard dialect, is a swear word roughly equivalent to asshole. He is also known for a two-fingered whistle he uses to capture the attention of his players during games. He also brought a bottle of holy water during 2002 FIFA World Cup games when he was in charge of the Italian national team. Statistics, club career. National team. Managerial statistics, as of September 10, 2013. Honours. One of the most celebrated managers in football history, Trapattoni is one of only 5 coaches to have won the league title in at least 4 different countries and the 4th coach with the most international competitions for clubs won in the world, a Euro second in Europe, a Euro with 7 titles in 8 finals, including the Intercontinental Cup final. Alongside the German Udo Lattek, he is the only coach to have won all 3 major European club titles. Also, he is the only one to have won all UEFA club competitions and the World Club title, also having the record of UEFA Cup wins. Player honours: Milan, Serie A, 1961 Euro 62, 1967 Euro 68, Coppa Italia, 1966 Euro 67, European Cup, 1963, 1969, UEFA Cup Winners' Cup, 1967 Euro 68, Intercontinental Cup, 1969, Managerial Honours: Juventus, Serie A, 1976 Euro 77, 1977 Euro 78, 1980 Euro 81, 1981 Euro 82, 1983 Euro 84, 1985 Euro 86, Coppa Italia. 1978 Euro 79, 1982 Euro 83, European Cup, 1984 Euro 85, UEFA Cup Winners' Cup, 1984, UEFA Cup, 1977, 1993, European Super Cup, 1984, Intercontinental Cup, 1985, Internazionale, Serie A, 1988 Euro 89, Supercoppa Italiana, 1989, UEFA Cup, 1991, Bayern Munich, Bundesliga, 1996 Euro 97, DFB Pokal, 1997 Euro 98, DFB Ligapokal, 1996 Euro 97, Benfica, Primera Liga. 2004 Euro 05, Red Bull Salzburg, Austrian Bundesliga, 2006 Euro 07, Republic of Ireland, Nations Cup, 2011, see also, List of Intercontinental Cup winning managers, List of European Cup and Champions League winning managers, List of UEFA Club Competition winning managers, List of UEFA Cup Winners' Cup winning managers, List of UEFA Cup winning managers, List of UEFA Super Cup winning managers, references. External links: Giovanni Trapattoni, a Euro FIFA competition record, Trapattoni's German website, support for charity on YouTube, FAI profile, UEFA profile and statistics on the FIGC website.